Yo, we want to thank you guys for checking us out every day. Your number one spot for entertainment news. You already know, like we always tell you, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the share button, let us know what's up. And come on in. Yes, it's another edition of the Weekly Entertainment News Podcast. I am your brother Hiram Akeem, and once again, I'm in the building. All right, hey, listen, man, you know how we do. We do this thing every week. Hit that like button, hit that share button, and let somebody know we do this thing every Tuesday. And you know me, I do not like to kidnap you at all whatsoever. I like to get you in and get you out with all of the premier weekly entertainment news. Here we go. We're going to kick this thing off right. It looks like my girl Taylor Swift is in the news.
I'm here.
Well, y'all say Taylor Swift? I'm going to say merely Lil Pump. Check this out, little rapper Lil Pump. He rips my girl Taylor Swift for coming out saying that she was going to vote and support Kamala Harris. Wow. Apparently, my man gets on Instagram or Twitter, whatever the hell, X, and says, hey, you don't know what the hell you talking about. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, it says you have no clue. This dude was absolutely going crazy. He actually said something like this on Instagram. He said, yo, you said you did your research. Clearly, you didn't do any research right after the debate and start laughing at her, man. And then he said some wild stuff, man. He said Lil Pump wasn't also so eloquent. A little bit later on, he said straight up, go blank yourself. I'm going to say that again. Lil Pump told Taylor Swift, I'm talking, you already know, Travis Kelce's babe, to go F yourself. Like he can't get touched. I mean, you know what I mean? You know who her man is? Anyway, man, this whole voting thing is so personal for so many people. It's crazy. At the end of the day, you vote for who you vote for. We got the freedom to vote for whoever we want to. A lot of people get so mad when it ain't lining up with what you think is lining up. Speaking about lining up, it looked like my man, boxing extraordinaire Terrence Crawford, didn't line up well at the dang on Sphere in Vegas. Peep it, man. He was at the Sphere in Vegas watching the UFC fight, and apparently, you know how the camera hit everybody. Apparently, the camera hit him, and they mistaken the boxer, the world champion boxer, with Kendrick Lamar. Okay, our brother Terrence Crawford said he thought it was a joke. He thought it was a joke, but he thought it was purposely done for entertainment purposes. But they are coming. I'm talking about UFC is saying that it was just a straight up mix up. But it kind of did look like K-Dot doing that show. At least that's what Danny White is saying, right? All right, man, we're going to keep this thing moving.
Sean, P. Diddy Combs has been arrested and is now in federal custody. We've learned that he was taken into custody from this very hotel we are standing in front of, the Park Hyatt, sometime this evening. Now, the music mogul has been under mounting scrutiny since last year when a lawsuit was filed by his ex-girlfriend Cassie, accusing him of sex trafficking and years of abuse. Back in March, Sean Combs' homes in Los Angeles and Miami were searched by Homeland Security agents. The reason for this arrest and possible charges have not yet been revealed. But this evening, we did hear from his attorney, who called the developments an unjust prosecution. In a statement, his attorney said in part, he is an imperfect person, but he is not a criminal. To his credit, Mr. Combs has been nothing but cooperative with this investigation, and he voluntarily relocated to New York last week in anticipation of these charges.
Diddy Dirty Money, you know who the girl is. She plays on Akron. She plays on Atlanta's Love and Hip Hop, right? Her name is Kalina Harper. She denies seeing any type of abuse put on by our brother Diddy. That's right. You already know our girl Don Richard, part of the group, is suing Diddy from last week. She started put a little bid in to get some money, talking about she saw some wild stuff, right? Well, look, our girl Kalina said she didn't see anything of the such. Matter of fact, Kalina, who mentioned she was mentioned 33 times in the lawsuit that was filed Tuesday, said that she wasn't even seeing none of that. In the statement Friday on social media, Kalina adds, many of the allegations and incidents described in the suit are not representative of my experience, and some do not align with my own truth. Kalina says she was not involved in, nor was she aware of any wild behavior that could be considered to be abusive and unlawful. At this point, she's trying to clear her name from all this wild stuff. She don't want to have nothing to do with it. So she said she ain't see Diddy do anything. Big ups to Kalina for keeping it real based on what she saw, okay? Speaking about Diddy, it looks like King Combs, Diddy's son, is coming up to bat against your girl Don Richards, who put this new lawsuit out. He said that, hey man, this girl is making all stuff, and I, you know what I'm saying, I'm calling cap. That's what he said, right? He said he took the Instagram, took the IG and stuff like that, and he says, hey, this girl is seen mostly on my text messages talking about getting back with the team and everything. Also, an interview resurfaced of her being interviewed. I'm talking about Don, 2017, confessing that her and Diddy didn't have any bad blood between them, and which would have transpired during this interview at the time that she claims she saw Cassie getting dealt with the dirty way. Okay, so I'm just saying, man. So it looks like your man King Combs, Diddy's son, is coming up to take care of business and represent the brand, okay? Speaking about the brand, my man David Banner.
Surprise!
Hip-hop extraordinaire, Southern, Mississippi, you know what I'm saying? Turned actor. He said, hey, I hate to say this, but on social media, I got to come out for real and let people know I need a wife and a child. He said, all this acting, this rapping, and this pro-black activism is not going to keep my name in the limelight like an heir to the throne.
Let's go.
He said, I need to keep my bloodline going after I leave this earth. And so a lot of people thought that was dope. But the thing is, what you need to know, when you're at that age, you got to know why you're chasing your pursuit, your pursuit of happiness, be it entertainment, be it sports or whatever. He says you have to realize you need to make sure that you taking care of yourself and taking care of your extended self, or hoping to take care of your extended self, which is your legacy. So he says he need to, before he leave this earth, he got to make that happen, all right? Speaking about making it happen, like my man Lil Wayne finally made it happen and came out with an explanation on how he really felt of the choice of the Super Bowl. He said his heart was really broken. Oh, okay. Yes, sir. He said his heart was broken. He was kind of hurt. And it took the fans that's showing the love through social media for him to even get the gumption to come out and speak, right? But listen, man, I got something different I want to talk about. I want to talk about the stuff I've been reading in the comments. One person said, and then once I read it once, I couldn't unsee it. It's like a whole bunch of them were saying it. They said, wait a minute, wasn't the Super Bowl in New Orleans a couple of years back? Okay, a few years back. And wasn't Lil Wayne still in the game? We ain't hear any complaints about him performing then. Some may say because he wasn't that Lil Wayne. He wasn't the Lil Wayne. Yeah, he was. He was definitely Lil Wayne. He just wasn't, I believe, what they're thinking now as accomplished. But he was. If it was it was in a 2013 and beyond, he still was Lil Wayne, but he wasn't who he perceives himself to be, or what most people perceive himself to be to this day. So that was the point. Wait a minute. They came and we hear peep out of you. Is it really because it's another rapper and he's connected to Drake? I mean, to the Drake beef that he dissed Drake? You know, Drake is signed to, well, originally was signed to Lil Wayne's label. So, so that beef continues to go on. So who knows about that? Speaking about real lyrics and real lyricists like Lil Wayne, let's talk about it. Look like LL Cool J and Eminem hits you with the Murdergram 2 again, or should I say Doug, okay? Now this song is a dope song. When I first heard the song, I reviewed the album. Big up to LL Cool J for putting out a great project in this time of his career, in his later years. And when I was watching him interviewing, going along the interview circuit and everything, podcasting and whatnot, he said, he was talking like he had a rocket in his pocket, like he had something special. Like y'all need to know, just wait. And then he dropped that Murdergram, which is already been out for 5 days. I'm talking about the video, 5 days on YouTube, and it's at 4.3 million views. That's right, Eminem and LL Cool J. LL Cool J did not slack off. The song was so dope. The lyrics was rapid firing. It was rapid firing like Eminem does, and LL Cool J kept it right there, letting you know that he is the GOAT. And just because, like he said before, I am different when I'm playing. You can talk to me when I'm not playing basketball, but when you put me on the court, I'm hell to pay. So big ups to LL Cool J, big ups to Eminem. Song is Off the Hook. If you haven't heard it, check it out. It's already on YouTube. 4.3 million. Speaking about somebody who can get the numbers, your girl Nicki Minaj got some flack up in Cleveland.
Oh my God!
Yes, that's right. It was a little sister. Apparently she waited since 1 o'clock to meet and greet Nicki Minaj, and as soon as she got up to the gate, they closed it off on her. I said she waited to 1 o'clock all the way up to damn 9 or whatever the hell time it was. I don't know. But she waited a nice amount of hours to meet the lady, and it didn't work in her favor. So your girl, Nicki Minaj, I like to call Thicky Minaj, she felt sorry, and she got on Instagram. She felt sorry for the little girl. She got on Instagram, and what did she do? She said, hey, sweetheart, pick out any concert, and I'm going to pay for you and 3 other people to fly out, and I'm going to take care of that. Big ups to your girl, Nicki. That's how you control the crowd. That's how you can stay on positive public relations. That's how you do it. You know what I mean? Listen, man, at this time we want to let you guys know this show is powered by the Reporter newspaper. The Reporter newspaper has been in business for over 50 years, narrating our stories. Not just here in Akron, Ohio, but all over the place, throughout the diaspora. Big ups to the Reporter newspaper for being our newspaper, our voice here in this particular part of Northeastern Ohio. If you want to support Black business, stand on business, give this number a call, get you a subscription to the paper, okay? Listen, at this time I want to give a shout out and some respect. We want to break it down a little bit and talk about some deaths that have been happening in our community. At this time, we want to give a shout out to Tito Jackson. You already know I don't even need to go in and tell you how legendary this brother and his family was. So big ups to Tito Jackson's and all his family and the rest of the Jackson family during this time. Also, I didn't have time to give a shout out to a couple of other premier people in our community that passed on. Big ups to Darth Vader, okay? Mustafa, okay? Coming to America. You know what I'm saying? The voice of choice, James Earl Jones, okay? Big ups to him. And also big ups to the smooth sounds of Frankie Beverly. He has departed us after a long life here on the planet, okay? So I want to say big ups to him, all right? All right. This is the part of the show I get most excited about. This is that knowledge you can't get in college, a little understanding for your planning. It's my conscious content, right? It's my conscious content for you and yours. Listen, every now and then people ask me, what's my thought process? Where do I come from? What do I hold dear? What do I call myself? Well, listen, most of all, I consider myself a Pan-Africanist, okay? I said we're about to get a little conscious up in this thing because that's what this thing is about. We're about to get conscious, right? Okay? So I consider myself a Pan-African. What is that? It's not a religion. It's a way of life. It's the way that I see me as a human being. That's what Pan-Africanism is. Let me break it down in short form. I believe that I am connected to anything that came out of Africa and anything that's in Africa. As the story told, Africans was sold from the Ivory Coast, the west coast of Africa, and they was literally sailed, packaged as us, to different parts of the diaspora. What's the diaspora? It's any part of the world outside of Africa, okay? So we are in Cuba, we are in UK, we are in America, we're in Jamaica. These are all Africans, no matter what you call yourself out there, or no matter what they call themselves. If they came by way of the slave trade, some people in Cuba or Latin or whatever the hell, they don't know that they're Africans. That's bewildering. I mean, that's crazy to me. It's just wow. But that's who they really are, okay? Some people get so connected to where they at, they get kind of laxed on where they're from. Some people really don't know where they're from. That's why we are considered a lost people. I believe Pan-Africanism connects us all. It tells the story, it narrates our sojourn here in the West on how we got here. And it is up to us to let people know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, about us, the Pan-Africanists, to let us know that we are all family. That's right. You can be a Muslim. You can be a Hebrew Israelite. You can be a straight up Christian. You can be whatever your religious affiliations are. You can have that because we still are all families. You can be from this tribe, that tribe, whatever. That's what Marcus Garvey meant when he was talking black nationalism, red, black, and green. You know what I mean? It's on the thing. Listen, I can go on all days and days about this stuff, but I don't want to bore you. I just want to give you some of that knowledge you can't get in college. Or should I say you don't get in college? Listen, for right now, I'm your brother, Hiram Hakeem. Y'all better feel me before they kill me, y'all. Peace.
Can't be for me, whole nother frequency, bitch, G.O.D. what the fuck is a mug? Nigga be fake, won't leave him snuggly. He undercover, then fucking, we talking a minute. It's all in this stuff, nigga, fucking you saying. Bird, bitch, get struck. We ain't going back and forth by the door. We ain't going back and forth by the door. Wash, halu, ella, ilaha, illallah. We come in the name of the source. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We flipping niggas out the porch. Niggas in Paris, somebody J version, boss on Jane Harden, but they think they the highest. We locking them up, you get caught with the smoke, get your flame darkened. They shoot a shot, but I ain't far. Just fuck around, hit the same target, back to back.